Oh, wow. My system is hiccuping quite a bit. Thank you for still being here. It's still recording? Yes, it is. Excellent. So I know that's the Ask Chunt slide. Let me just jump over this one. Yeah, everything's screwing up. I think my power is still not 100% here after we had the flood and the cyclone, or cyclone then the floods. My power has been a bit spotty. But anyway, we're still here. We're still live. Yes. Excellent. So for those of you unaware, there's been long-standing rumors that Steam and Xbox are joining forces for one or the other to appear on the other's platform. So whether that means Steam appearing on an Xbox platform or vice versa. So could you get a Steam Deck with Xbox games on it playing locally, right? Or can you get a Steam library playing locally on an Xbox? Or is this PC only, right? So if you get where I'm coming from here. So I'll paraphrase this a bit. So Microsoft looked like they posted something and then quickly took it down when they realized what was posted. It was on a blog post about Xbox opening 1 billion doors, and there was a new UI that looks a lot more console-like across multiple devices and even appears to list Steam games, says Tom Warren from The Verge. After briefly posting an image of the new Xbox UI showing multiple devices, Microsoft quickly removed the Microsoft quickly removed it once The Verge inquired about it. So it looks like it went out there and The Verge was like, excuse me. And they went, oh dear, and they removed it. So there's an image here. You're not going to be able to see it too well, but there's an image just below this that zooms in a bit. But this is what they posted. And that looks clearly like some kind of mobile device of sorts, right? Smack bang in the middle there. I think that's a ROG Ally, right? It's not a Steam Deck, but just above there in the big screen in the background, there's a box or a little tab, enhance, that says Steam. See that arrow that's pointing to it? I keep playing with Beyblade in my hand. But so yeah, it's got a Steam option there. Now, this is obviously a mock-up, right? And even the article goes beyond that to call it out directly as a mock-up because there's 2 owned tabs here. So must be a mistake, right? But how do you mistake putting Steam in there? If you're the designer that made this mock-up, right? You're given I've been a graphic designer before, you get a design brief with things that need to exist in an image or a display or whatever you're needing to create. Steam must have been one of the ones, right, that had to be shown there. Who knows what the other one was meant to be with the second owned one there? Who knows? Is it Xbox owned and Steam owned, right? Who knows? I'm just surmising at this point. But this definitely leads some credence to the rumors that Xbox and Steam are getting into bed with each other, right? That's been talked about for a while. I'm actually not surprised at this point. At first, I was like, nah, that'll never happen. Xbox won't let that happen. But that was like a year ago or early last year. Like I remember talking about this on the Are You Game podcast with the boys. And I was even at that point like, no, I don't see it. But others wouldn't share the same sentiment, and I get it, right? And look, I'm one of those people that I'm like, Xbox was my jam or is my jam. That was my platform. That was my gaming home. But as I get older, I just don't care. Wherever my game is, I'm at this point where I've invested so much in the Xbox platform and the Xbox library that I'm reluctant to go elsewhere, right? Even though I'm on PlayStation and Switch, right? I just don't have, I have a Steam account, but I have a Surface Pro 9, right? I'm not playing games on that, right? So Steam news just doesn't bother me. But if Steam comes to Xbox, then that suddenly goes, oh, that's interesting. Can I play my Steam library on my Xbox? That interests me, right? So if there's a way for Xbox, I mean, they're Windows, right? And there's also discussions that Xbox and Windows are going to be the same thing, right? Eventually. Or Xbox will be so ingrained into Windows somehow that'll be one and the same. So you've got these mobile devices that run Windows 11 right now with Xbox capability on it and Steam capability on it. So logically you can jump to the conclusion that eventually like an Xbox handheld is coming out, because it is. And will that have Steam capability on it? Is this something that was released a bit too earlier than was intended to? Right, so this excites me because I'm totally down for an Xbox handheld. If I can play my games locally from my Xbox library, all of them, right, not a select bunch, but if I can access my entire Xbox library on a local handheld, I will buy that. Particularly even more so if it has Steam library capability on it, right? Because games like, there's a Sonic game on there that was a Wii U exclusive that they put on, Sonic and Lost World. I want to play that properly. I've got it on my PC or my Surface here, but it runs okay. But I just don't like playing on a PC. That's just me. I don't like playing games at this desk. I'd rather be chilling out on the couch on the big screen, or chilling out in my bed on a handheld or whatever with my Switch, right? So if I can do one of those other two instead of sitting here at my desk, this is where I create stuff. This is where I hobby stuff, right? I don't game here. This is like work. I work at this desk. I don't want to spend my game time here either. So that interests me. And I hope that's where it goes. The sources here say, I'll just round this up. This is going to be a short episode this week. Sources familiar with Microsoft's plans tell me that the company is currently working on an Xbox app update that will show every game you've installed in your PC. That includes games from Steam and the Epic Games Store, and I understand Microsoft will label these games accordingly, right? So it's going that way, right? And Phil Spencer's gone on record basically saying that's where they're going, right? They're going to be a place to play all your games, all your favorite games, not just Xbox, but all your favorite games. And that's fine, right? If I go buy the next Xbox, because that's where all my things are, right? And I can buy a PlayStation game, a Nintendo game, a Steam game, whatever, right? I don't fight it anymore. I used to be one of those Xbox like tribal mentality. I used to be like that. I got right into it like it was a sports thing. You know how people that are really into sports and it's like their team or no one else, like, I used to get into that. I used to feed into that. It was fun, right? It was fun. The console war thing and like my team's better than your team. It was fun, but like I'm older now and I was like, whatever. Like I'm invested in your thing now, so just take care of me, right? Just exist, keep existing, right? So I can play my things on your thing, right? And if you're going to add more value to me, awesome, right? As long as I can afford to do multi-console thing, I'll keep doing it, right? But anyway. Look, I just thought this was interesting to highlight. I mean, there's not much else in here for news, but look, I know everybody's gaming hobbies change, right? Mine definitely have. I've got such a massive backlog. It's not even funny. And whenever I pick up a game that, I'm really looking forward to playing that, like a big AAA title, all right? And then I've got my controller in hand and I start thinking about, that's going to take me a few hours. Yeah, I don't know if I could be doing something else, or I feel guilty, or whatever it is. I start thinking about, well, there's other things I could be doing, or maybe I should just relax, and just zone out, because work has been heavy this week, whatever. Right, so my gaming hobbies changed where like I'm just playing Panzer Paladin finally, right, and that's a relatively short action platformer of like retro type stuff, right? I'm really digging that because I can just pick it up and do a few levels and go, yeah, that's enough. Right? So I'm playing a lot of those older type games again because that's what I have capacity for these days. Or, VR. Like I'm playing a lot of VR because you can do that in short bursts of like an hour, like half an hour, right? And you get, okay, that's enough time for a break, but then you won't get back to it, right? Or you'll have a good few hour session on a weekend. You're like, oh, wow, that was a lot. Where did I go? But you're not locked into these big open worlds. You're not locked into massive time sink quest lines and side quests that take you hours off the main path, and that it just goes off like that. So if I can get my Xbox experience and all my other game libraries on one device, that if I'm lying in bed, I'll just, hey, before I go to sleep, I'll just do half an hour or whatever on this game that I'm trying to get through, or I don't know, whatever it is. Like, where I'm going. It's like everybody's game styles and games play options change. But if you've got one play to play it that goes with you, it's powerful, right? And it plays all the games you want to play, then I'm all for it, right? And Xbox, just go do it. Do what you need to do. I'll buy that handheld. I'll be there day one. Awesome. You know, give me those options. I'll be there. I mean, my wife will be too. You know, and you can play, like, you know, lifestyle changes, man. You might move into a smaller place. You know where I'm going with that? Like, you might not be able to, the world, the economic, oh my God, the economic struggles people are going through right now, particularly living situations, not everybody is able to buy a house or afford rent for a big house or a big apartment or whatever it is, right? So they need to pivot, right? And they need to go to where, okay, people might be playing in the bedrooms, or they might be playing in a 1-bedroom apartment or 2-bedroom apartment or a share house, whatever it is, or these other countries that don't have big places anyway, right? And there's billions of people. So that's where I'm going with this, where it seems like a logical decision now that hardware and power parity is catching up, that it makes logical sense, right? That to have like a PS4 Pro-ish type device in your hand, right? Or more powerful than that in your hand. We're getting to the point of, not the point of no return, but what's the term? Someone's going to be telling it to the screen, but you can only get so far, and then the returns you get aren't that much. Oh, there's a term for it. It's right on the tip of my tongue. Comment below if you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, diminishing returns. That's it. Yes, I beat you to it probably. But yeah, so we're getting to the point of diminishing returns as far as graphics, right? Where we should be focusing back on fun and gameplay again. Anyway, enough ranting. But yeah, look, interesting. Give me that handheld. What's your favorite handheld? Do you have a Steam Deck, a ROG Ally, Legion Go Pro, or Legion Go, whatever it is, Switch? I don't know. Use cloud to your phone, whatever. What is it? Cool. Awesome. Let's wrap this up.